Hi, I'm Maria. I'm a certified health and life coach on a mission to support others through this sometimes crazy thing we call life. A few weeks ago, I was walking on a beautiful nature trail near my house when I saw a bridge in the distance, and it finally dawned on me. I've always been drawn to bridges. I've always stopped and taken pictures of them. I have hundreds of them on my phone. And it finally dawned on me why I am so drawn to them. They fascinate me. They're beautiful to me. They feel almost like holy or reverent in a way that I've never been able to explain. But what I figured out was that among other things, bridges can be kind of a metaphor for making big changes in our lives, for transitions, for things that feel scary and exciting, for bridging that gap. So it can be a big change or maybe just one small change that will create significant results. As the saying goes, small hinges swing big doors. So in this metaphor, we start out kind of on one side of the bridge where maybe we feel comfortable and sturdy, we feel familiar. Then we begin to realize that even though we're comfortable, we're in like the known, we're unhappy or we're anxious or just something doesn't feel quite right. So we think about making a change. Maybe we start noticing like a nudge or a pull towards some kind of change, and we plan what that change might look like. We even picture ourselves taking all of the steps necessary to make that change. Maybe we feel excited and scared, and then maybe there's a day or a time where we make that decision. We get that little boost of courage. We take the first step onto the bridge. Maybe this first step is an uncomfortable conversation, a boundary. Maybe it's hiring some healing help or some support for ourselves. Maybe it's applying for a job, or going on that date we've been putting off. And for a little while, we're taking those necessary steps. We're kind of in the messy middle, as they say. We're on the bridge. We don't have solid ground beneath our feet, so it feels a little more unsteady. But maybe it feels exciting. Some days we feel like confident, like we're exactly where we need to be, and other days we might feel regret or scared or whatever it may be. And maybe sometimes we start to cross a bridge and we take that first step or the first few steps and we get scared and we decide to turn around and go back to what's comfortable. And this is okay too. This happens. This is a normal part of bridge crossing. I think we've all been there. I certainly have. And this is where we can give ourselves grace. Maybe we realize that to cross that particular bridge, we need a little bit more outside support. Maybe we feel how it feels in our body to be on that bridge and on the way to that particular thing, and we realize, like, oh, never mind, this bridge is not for me. That's okay too. And in that case, we can turn around, can take some steps back, and then we can wait until we find the next bridge that we're ready to cross. And then sometimes if we are on the bridge, right before we reach the other side, we might feel nervous or thrilled. We might feel grief for what we're leaving behind. We might feel all kinds of things. This doesn't necessarily mean we should stop or go back. This means that we can take deep breaths, we can lean on our support systems, we can stay where we are, stay still until the feelings pass through us. Then sometimes, after a long time, we get to the other side and we can look back and reflect and feel proud of where we came from and where we are now. And we rest. We rest along the way too. Rest is important, something that I'm certainly still learning and I have to remind myself of. But then until we feel that next pull or see the next bridge that we want to cross. So then the whole process begins again. There's the quote that in life, the only constant is change, and this can be hard for some of us. And so these videos or podcasts, if you're listening, will be dedicated to providing just little supports to hold us steady me included, as we cross those bridges in our lives. For me personally, currently I'm on the bridge of sharing my work more consistently. I'm finishing up my certification, just like some parts of my certification more on the health side of health and life coaching, and then creating some meditations that I'm sharing on Insight Timer. So be sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss a video or a podcast. And if you'd like some support to soothe the scared parts of you as you cross a bridge in your life, you can head over to Insight Timer or to earlier videos in this channel to try out one of my free meditations. So thank you for being here. Take such good care.